So I have my air fryer. As you can see, she's a bit of a beast. I can't even take that seriously. What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you 3 super easy pizza hacks that you can make in the air fryer. If you don't have an air fryer, don't worry, because I'm also going to give you instructions on how to bake them in the oven too. So grab your popcorn or your pepperoni and let's begin. So the first thing we're going to do is cut the crust off our slices of bread. Oh, it looks so tiny. I should have mentioned I'm making 2 pizza pockets here. If you just wanted to make one, obviously just use 1 slice of bread. But I'm not going to get away with not making burny ones, so 2 it is. So now you're just going to start to push the bread down with your fingers, your thumbs, or you could use the back of a spoon if you prefer. So you're basically hollowing out the middle and you're leaving this like puffy border around the edge. And then same with the other one. Okay, now those middles are hollowed out, I'm gonna grab our pizza sauce and I'm gonna put a spoonful of pizza sauce in the middle of each. And then I'm just going to spread it out. If you don't have pizza sauce, you could always use passata or like tomato paste. You could even use pasta sauce or like ketchup if you wanted to. Obviously, it's gonna give it a very different flavor. So pizza sauce is the preference, but you can do you know? So now we're gonna grab our cheese. I'm using grated mozzarella cheese, but you can use any cheese. I just like mozzarella because it stretches nicely. It's nice and stringy and gooey. Okay, now we're gonna add our peperami slices, just like that. Next, I'm gonna grab our egg. I also need some milk. And now nice and carefully, you're gonna pop that yolk and then you're just gonna whisk together the egg and the milk. Perfect, so that's nice and combined. Now I'm just gonna grab our pastry brush. Okay, so now I've got my pastry brush. I'm just gonna brush the edges with the egg. So the egg wash is essential as that's what's gonna help the bread stick together. Without it, they will just pop apart. Oh, that's kind of what they're like. They're kind of like pizza Pop-Tarts. Perfect. Now our borders are fully covered in the egg wash, we're gonna fold them in half. Before you fold them, you could also add some Italian herbs if you prefer, but my pizza sauce actually has some Italian herbs in, so I'm not going to today. So next step, you're literally gonna fold them in half and then you're just gonna squeeze the bread together. Okay, how cute is that? And now to really seal them, I'm gonna grab a fork and we're gonna push the edges down. So I'm just gonna push the fork down and then carefully lift up again. Perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna grab our air fryer rack, or at this point, if you have an air fryer with a basket, then you will put them in the basket. Then we're gonna brush the tops with egg wash. And this is gonna make them nice and crispy, but also give them that nice golden brown color. You can do both sides, but it's gonna make your like rack a little bit sticky or the basket a little bit sticky. So to be honest, I just do the top just for that nice color, but it's totally up to you. These are ready to go in the air fryer now, but I'm actually gonna set them aside and move on to the next recipe so I can cook them all at the end so we can have them so nice and warm and hot and delicious all together. Moving on to pizza hack number 2, we're making a pizza naan. So all you need for this recipe is naan bread, mozzarella cheese, and pizza sauce. Speaking of naan bread, the last time I called it naan bread, people on Instagram told me off because they said that naan meant bread. So I was technically saying bread. But in Aldi, they call it naan bread on the packet. So I'm very, very confused. But this recipe is actually one of my favorites. I think it tastes amazing. I liken it to Pizza Hut because the naan bread as a base is just chef's kiss. I've placed my naan onto my air fryer rack already because it's a lot easier to put it on now than put the toppings on than it is to do it the other way around. You can actually pre-bake the naan so you can put it in first. That'll just make it a little extra crispy, but to be honest, I don't think it needs it. So I'm gonna start by putting the pizza sauce onto the naan bread and I'm just gonna smooth it out. Now, I've made a tortilla pizza before and you have to be a little bit careful with how much topping you put on because of how thin the tortilla is. But with a naan bread, you can go a bit extra, you can go a little bit heavier with the toppings because it's a much thicker, sturdier base. So now I'm gonna put on my mozzarella cheese, and as you can see, I'm using fresh mozzarella cheese here, but you could use grated if you prefer. So that is literally all you need to do for now. I'm gonna set it aside with the pizza pockets to air fry in a minute, and then we'll add some extra garnish too. The third pizza hack I'm gonna be showing you today are pizza turnovers. I'm actually making these a barbecue chicken version. Barbecue chicken is actually one of my favorite pizza toppings. What's your guys' favorite pizza topping? Let me know in the comments below. You can really change up the toppings here and the fillings with any of the recipes that I've shown you today to really make it your own. For this recipe, you just need ready roll puff pastry. You also need grated mozzarella cheese, or you could use cheddar if you prefer. You need barbecue sauce. I'm using Sweet Baby Ray's because it is my favorite. The honey barbecue one is just amazing. I'm using egg wash that I made earlier, cooked chicken, please do not put raw chicken in these, and onion. So let's get going. So usually a roll of puff pastry will make 6 pizza turnovers, but I just want to make 2 today, so I've cut off a third of the dough, which is gonna make my 2, and I've also cut off the paper to go with it as well, because I would really recommend keeping it on the paper, or even transferring it onto another piece of baking paper, because it will stick to a surface like this. So now I'm just gonna slice this in half down the middle. I think I did quite a good job there. And then I'm just gonna score them diagonally. So make sure you don't cut these all the way through. Now, I'm gonna add on our barbecue sauce. So just onto one side in the middle, and then I'm just gonna spread it out with a spoon. So with this one, it's really important that you don't go too close to the edges, otherwise they will just pour out. Now I'm gonna add a sprinkle of mozzarella cheese. Try not to overfill these, because you don't want them to spill out. Now I'm gonna add our cooked chicken, like that, put a little mountain of chicken there, and some chopped onion, not too much. Again, you can add a sprinkle of herbs here if you wanted to, and then we're just going to fold them. So pull it up, you can stretch the middle a little bit here, pull it up and over, and try and get those edges to join neatly. So unlike the bread, these will stick themselves together. So you don't need to put egg wash on the inside, because the pastry is nice and sticky. But we do need to seal them, so I'm gonna grab a new fork and we're gonna seal the edges. So you're just pressing the fork down and then pulling it towards you. So you can be a bit more heavy-handed with the pastry to make sure they're nice and tightly sealed, unlike the bread, which you have to be gentle with. And then prick the top. There we go. Okay. Now we're gonna brush them with egg wash. And this is gonna give them that beautiful, shiny, golden look and make them extra crispy. There's actually little bits of cheese in my egg wash from earlier. So here's my air fryer. As you can tell, it's a bit like a mini oven, but these will all work if you have the basket type as well. You just gotta make sure it's big enough. So, the first one I'm gonna cook is these ones. Oh, I almost lost them. Everything is going to be cooked at 180 degrees, and I will put the times, exact times for everything on the screen somewhere, maybe up here, you will see it. I'm going to start with 10 minutes. It's quite loud, so we'll skip to the part where they come out. Okay, now it's time to taste them. Which one should I go for first? I'm going to go for one of these. Oh, which one looks better? This one? This one? Okay. Ooh, it's so cheesy. Oh my gosh, yum. Okay, now what? Now what do I do? Do I just go from the middle? Has anyone seen on like Instagram when they wrap stuff in cheese? I've now got a cheese wrapped pizza pocket. Oh my gosh, it just keeps going. Okay, this is the bit I'm gonna try. It does still have cheese in it, I promise. Mmm. Mmm. That is so good. How is bread, like toast, such a good combination with pizza toppings? I want to try this one, like the extra cheesy one. Mmm. That's really good. Okay, next one I'm gonna try. Let's go for this one. I feel like because these have been out for longer, they might not be as stringy, but we'll see. Yeah, so they've gone a little bit cold. They're still gonna taste amazing though. Barbecue chicken, just so good. If you love puff pastry, I definitely recommend trying this one. Now the last one is our naan pizza. Okay, let's try this edge. Oh, it just looks so doughy and good. Yum. Naan bread is just such a good base. It's just so thick and fluffy. So as you can tell, I'm not the most elegant of eaters, but I enjoy my food, so I'm gonna keep going. I feel like I should pick a favorite, even though I don't really want to because they're all so good. But I think for me, it's between these two. This one is really good. Like, I love the naan as a base, but there's something about this one. Maybe it's because like the cheese and tomato inside the pocket, it's all warm and gooey and, okay, I'm gonna go with my instincts and I'm gonna choose this one. My husband is sat right over there eyeing up all these pizzas. So I'm gonna end the video there. Let me know in the comments section what recipes you would like to see next. Don't forget to like and subscribe and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. What's up? That was weird. Doorbell.